Report! Urgent report! A severe locust plague has broken out in Beihuan. Beihuan has assembled 200,000 iron cavalry at the border. The National Master of Beihuan has personally led an envoy group to our imperial capital. To request for grain, they will arrive at the imperial capital in a few days. Requesting for grain requires assembling 200,000 iron cavalry. Damn Beihuan! They're clearly threatening me. Your Majesty, our dynasty has just gone through the case of the Crown Prince's rebellion. The internal situation is extremely unstable. We absolutely cannot go to war with Beihuan at this time. Issue an edict. Order the important ministers in the court to immediately come to the palace for a meeting. Those who dare to be negligent will be executed. In the residence of the sixth prince of the Dagian dynasty, Baibo Courtyard, Yanzheng sat alone in the pavilion in the courtyard. Although he had calmly accepted the reality of time travel, he was still a bit depressed in his heart. Why did he time travel into this good-for-nothing prince? The crucial thing was that this guy, by some strange coincidence, had obtained a bloody letter left by the crown prince, which exposed that the third prince had framed him for rebellion. As a result, he had been targeted by the most powerful third prince. In order to get the bloody letter, the third prince had been causing trouble for him every day and wanted to kill him at any moment. While Yanzheng was extremely depressed, several maids in his courtyard were hiding aside and whispering, "This good for nothing. He was slapped by His Highness the third prince yesterday, and he's still so scared that he hasn't recovered yet. He's already 21 years old and doesn't even have a mansion. Among the princes of our dynasty, he's truly the only one like this." Didn't the third prince say that he's a remnant of the crown prince? I reckon that his death is not far away. Keep your voice down. Although he's useless, he's still a prince after all. If someone hears us, we'll lose our lives. Although they were maids, they despised Yanzheng, their master, extremely. The sixth prince Yanzheng was just a child born to Emperor Wen with a palace maid. After he got drunk, his mother didn't even have a title when she was alive. She was only posthumously conferred the title of beauty. Yanzheng had no foundation at all. What's more, he was extremely timid. Basically, he wouldn't fight back when beaten or talk back when scolded. He deserved to be bullied. Just as they were whispering, Yanzheng suddenly stood up. If he has no foundation in the court, then he shouldn't stay in the court. He should go to the border and get military power. After all, he was a top graduate from the command department. He was good at fighting wars. As long as he had military power in his hands, whoever became the emperor would have to look at his face. He could beat up whoever he didn't like. Yes, that's it. Having made up his mind, Yanzheng immediately got up and went to find his so-called father. Just as he was walking out, the third prince Yunli walked in. "Greetings to His Highness the third prince." When the maids saw Yunli, they quickly knelt down and saluted. Unlike Yanzheng, Yunli had a very deep foundation in the court. His mother was the most favored consort Shu. Consort Shu came from a prominent family, and many members of her family were high-ranking officials in the court now. With the new crown prince yet to be determined, Yunli had a high chance of being established as the new crown prince. Yunli waved his hand to signal the maids to stand up, and then walked straight up to Yanzheng. With a fake smile, he questioned, "Sixth brother, why don't you salute when you see your elder brother?" "Salute? I'll salute your mother's ass. You son of a bitch. When I get my hands on military power, I'll deal with you first." Yanzheng cursed in his heart, rubbed his head, and said, "I'm in a weak state. I was slapped by third brother yesterday, and I still haven't recovered. Please forgive me for not being able to salute third brother." Hearing Yanzheng's words, Yunli couldn't help but were slightly taken aback. Did that slap yesterday actually stir up some spirit in this good-for-nothing? "Sixth brother, are you blaming your elder brother for slapping you?" Yunli stared at Yanzheng with a fake smile. "Should I thank you instead?" Yanzheng retorted, "You really should thank third brother." Yunli said mockingly, third brother taught you a lesson for your own good. Do you understand? Yanjung shook his head and smiled. I really don't understand. I knew your thick skull wouldn't understand. Yunli looked at him disdainfully and said with a sneer, the crown prince rebelled, and his confidant desperately fled to your place. If the crown prince's confidant gave you something and you refused to hand it over, you would become a collaborator of the crown prince. Here we go again. The previous owner of this body thought that if he handed over the bloody letter, the third prince would surely kill him to silence him. If he didn't hand it over, he would be framed as a collaborator of the crown prince and couldn't escape death either. After thinking it over and over again, this guy actually scared himself to death. He lived a cowardly life and died an even more cowardly death. That person really didn't give me anything, Yanjung said indifferently. I reckon that person was just running for his life and had no choice but to run into my courtyard. Yanli squinted his eyes and sneered. Do you think I'll believe that? Yanjung spread his hands. Whether you believe it or not, I believe it. Seeing Yanjung's attitude, the maids were as if they had seen a ghost. My goodness. This timid and cowardly sixth prince actually dared to talk to the third prince like this? Was his head knocked silly by the slap from the third prince yesterday? Looking at the unusually bold Yanjung, Yanli's face suddenly darkened, and he said coldly, are you determined not to hand over the things that person gave you? I don't have it. What can I hand over to you? Yanjung shrugged. All right, I'm going to see Father Emperor, so I won't chat with you anymore. If you think I have something here, you can just send people to search slowly. With that, Yanjung was about to leave. He had burned the bloody letters right after he time traveled. Let them search. Yunli's face changed, and he immediately blocked Yanjung. At the same time, he shouted, guards, hearing Yunli's voice. The guards outside immediately rushed in. These guards were clearly the guards of Yanjung's Bible courtyard, but they were more obedient to Yunli than dogs. What do you want to do? A cold glint flashed in Yanjung's eyes. His own guards were not loyal to protect their master, but instead helped outsiders to attack him. What do I want to do? Yunli snorted coldly and said with a frosty face, arrest this traitor who intends to collude with the crown prince and send him to the imperial prison to await punishment. Yanjung squinted his eyes. You're trying to frame me? Dare to arrest him and send him to the imperial prison without the emperor's decree? Trying to scare him, right? Frame you. This prince has conclusive evidence. Yunli snorted coldly and immediately looked at the maids. You are people around the sixth prince. Tell me, is the sixth prince a collaborator of the crown prince? Facing Yunli's questioning, the maids quickly nodded. Yes. This servant once heard with my own ears that His Highness the sixth prince was plotting rebellion with the crown prince's men. His Highness the sixth prince also said that he would find an opportunity to poison His Majesty. Yes, yes. This servant heard it too. The maids immediately turned against Yanjung and told their lies vividly. Hearing this, a murderous intent welled up in Yanjung's heart. These bitches, he had treated them well on a daily basis. Not only did he never beat or scolded them, but he rarely even reprimanded them. It was understandable if they said they didn't know anything. After all, they were just lowly maids. It was too easy for Yunli to take their lives, but to frame him right in front of his face, they were typical traitors. They deserved to die. What else do you have to say now? Yunli looked at Yanjung triumphantly, and then waved his hand. What are you still standing there for? Arrest this traitor for this prince. Arrest me. I'll arrest your mother. Yanjung was enraged and kicked hard at Yunli's groin. Yunli never dreamed that Yanjung would dare to do such a thing. He didn't even have time to react before he was kicked right in the spot. Bang! Ah! A shrill scream instantly echoed throughout the entire Bible courtyard. Yunli covered his groin and fell to the ground in excruciating pain. Seeing this scene, all the maids and guards in the courtyard were completely stunned. They all stood there dumbfounded, as if they had been turned to stone. My goodness! This good-for-nothing sixth prince actually dared to kick the third prince's vital part? It must be an illusion. However, Yunli's shrill screams were a reminder that this was not an illusion. Your Highness the third prince, how are you? Hurry, call the imperial physician. When they came to their senses, they quickly rushed forward in a flurry. Arrest this traitor for me. Odd, Yunli rolled around on the ground in a sorry state, his face contorted as he shouted, "Yes." The guards took the order and immediately moved to arrest Yunjung. Who dares? Yunjung's thunderous shout stunned the guards. He said harshly, "I'm still the sixth prince of the current dynasty. How dare you lay hands on me with your weapons? I'll go and plead guilty to Father Emperor right now." With that, Yunjung strode out.